Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, June 29th, 2023. And this morning, we are going to be discussing the cash flow quadrant. Over the next 30 minutes, we will dive deep into the concept introduced by the renowned author and entrepreneur, Robert Kiyosaki. And we're basically going to explore how to understand the cash flow quadrant and how understanding the cash flow quadrant will help revolutionize your financial journey. So let's get started. Firstly, the cash flow quadrant is a powerful framework that categorizes people into 4 distinct quadrants based on their primary source of income. What it does is it provides insights into different mindsets, how people think. It provides insights into financial patterns, how people spend and earn money, and also levels of wealth accumulation, how you can make more money and keep more money. Understanding the cash flow quadrant can be a game changer in achieving financial independence. And I would like to think everybody listening to me right now, one of your goals, hopefully, is financial independence. So let me share my screen and we will go from there. 1 second. Share screen. All right, here we go. So, can everybody see my screen? No, sorry, screen sharing stopped. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, so I think my screen should be visible at this point in time. Maybe it still isn't. All right, so anyway, if you can see my screen, fantastic. If you can't see my screen, not so good. Let me try one more thing, and if this still doesn't work, then we'll just go without sharing my screen. All right, let's see. Having some technical challenges here. Okay, so now I think everybody should see my screen. If you still can't see my screen, then I don't know what to tell you. But the bottom line is this. Not sure what's going on again. Okay, perfect. There we go. The 4 ways of earning income. So the first way to earn income is to be an employee. As an employee, you have no control of your time. You have no control of your money. The second way to earn income is to be self-employed. When you're self-employed, you have limited control of time and you have limited control of money. The third way to earn an income is to be a business owner. Over here, you have control of your time and you have control of your money. And the last way is to be an investor. As an investor, you have control of both time and control of money. So those are the 4 parts of the cash flow quadrant in a very simplified nutshell. The first part, let's talk about the first quadrant. The first quadrant in the cash flow quadrant is the employee quadrant. This quadrant represents individuals who work for someone else. These people trade their time and they trade their skills for a fixed salary or wage. The advantage of being an employee, being in the first quadrant, is a person has steady income. The challenge, however, is that such people have limited control over their financial destiny. The S quadrant is the second one, which is self-employed. A self-employed person is someone who is maybe a freelancer, maybe a consultant, maybe a small business owner. These people have more control over their income. But the challenge is they are personal producers, which means if they want to earn more money, they have to work more. So what happens here, the advantage here is that they can make more money. The disadvantage is that they have to work long hours and there is very limited scalability. So for example, my barber, and I need to go see a barber, I have been told limited numerous times, I know I will, just haven't had a chance to. But a barber, for example, can be the best barber in the world. But even if he's the best barber in the world, he cannot cut 300 people's hair in one day. He is limited by the constraints of time. So again, if he wants to make more money, he has to work more hours. And at some point in time, that becomes physically impossible because he is human. So again, a self-employed person, the advantage is he or she can make more money. The disadvantage is such a person has to work long hours and has limited scalability. The next quadrant is the B quadrant, which is a business owner. Now, let's explore the business owner quadrant. In this quadrant, individuals own and operate businesses that generate income even when they're not directly involved in the day-to-day operations. Business owners have the potential for greater wealth and leverage the efforts of others. Is it better to be a business owner? Absolutely. And the last quadrant is the I quadrant. The I quadrant stands for investor. Investors generally generate income through their assets, such as investments, could be real estate, stocks, and all sorts of investments. And they let their money work for them, creating passive income and wealth accumulation over time. Now, one thing we all have to understand is that when it comes to the cash flow quadrants, individuals can actually move from one quadrant to another. In other words, you are not stuck in whatever quadrant you start with. So today you can be in the E quadrant, which is employee, and you can go to the S quadrant and so on and so forth. This shift represents a transition. Basically, the first one is if you're an employee, you can shift from being an employee to being self-employed, to becoming a business owner, to becoming an investor. And the more you move along the cash flow quadrant, the more likely you are to have financial freedom and wealth creation. So let's talk about the power of the B and the I quadrants, which is the business owner and the investor quadrant. All quadrants, by the way, guys, so you understand, have advantages because you're making money. And in a capitalist society, you have to make money. There is no way for you to exist in a capitalist society and not make money. You have to make money, except maybe the government is giving you money or what have you. But generally speaking, you have to make money to pay your bills. So in all four quadrants, even though you can make money in all of them, the real power lies in the business owner and the investor quadrants. Why? Because these quadrants offer the potential for financial abundance, they offer the potential for passive income, and they offer the potential to live life on your own terms. Now, where does it start? Transitioning to the B and the I quadrants requires something that most people don't do. Why they don't do it is because they don't understand it. And what is the thing they have to do? They have to have a shift in their mindset. It involves embracing entrepreneurship. It involves investing your time and your effort in creating something other than just processing work for someone else. Also, it involves understanding that you need to leverage the efforts of others. Developing the right mindset is crucial to unlocking the opportunities and the rewards these quadrants offer. Now, how do you develop entrepreneurial skills? To thrive in the business owner quadrant, it's essential for you, for me, for everybody to have entrepreneurial skills. And what are these skills? One is leadership. If you want to be a business owner and not self-employed, you have to be a leader. Why? Because you're going to have someone whose time you're going to leverage. If you want to leverage time properly, you need to be able to lead the person. You have to be able to delegate responsibility. You have to understand marketing. What is marketing? Presenting what you have to people so they can take advantage of it. And you have to have, obviously, financial management. If you don't know how to make money and you don't know how to keep money, you are wasting your time being a business owner. So these skills basically empower you to build successful businesses that can operate independently of your direct involvement. That is essential. You want to have something that whether you're there or not, this thing will keep on moving. Now, let's talk about the power of passive income. Moving into the investor quadrant, passive income becomes a key focus. Passive income is money earned with little to no effort generated through investments that generate cash flow. Now, in Kiyosaki's book, he's talking more about stocks, bonds, real estate. I think, and I know I am not wrong, that in Primerica, if you understand in this business, if you understand what you're doing, your passive income also comes from people. Each licensed producing person is technically a unit of passive income. They have to be trained, they have to be licensed, they have to be independent, but they become a unit of passive income. Why? Because they are able to generate cash flow for themselves and for you without your input. So when you have a bunch of people who are working with you, who are trained, who are licensed, who are independent, you are able to build wealth and achieve financial independence while enjoying the freedom to pursue your passions. Your passion could be helping the needy, could be surfing, could be exploring the world, whatever it is. Now, one thing that we need to understand is that in both the B, which is the business owner or the business, and the I quadrants, leveraging other people's time and money is a key strategy. OPT and OPM, you have to fall in love with those two things. OPT and OPM are the ways to wealth. Building teams, delegating tasks, and leveraging the resources and expertise of others allows you to have freedom. Why? Because when you leverage their time and effort, you can multiply your efforts and achieve greater results than you could on your own. If you have 5 licensed independent producers, you're going to be able to do way more than if you have 1 licensed independent producer. You'll definitely do more than if you are a lone ranger. So again, having, using other people's time, OPT, and using other people's money, OPM, is the key to leveraging your success. Let's talk about financial education. One of the crucial components of navigating the cash flow quadrant successfully is gaining a financial education. You have to understand certain concepts. One concept you have to understand is cash flow. It's literally called the cash flow quadrant. A lot of people don't understand the cash flow, so they don't focus, they don't understand the cash flow end of things, so they don't focus on the right thing. If you understand cash flow, you're going to focus on those things which will increase your cash flow. And if you understand the cash flow quadrant, you understand that to increase your cash flow, you have to focus on what? Having people working with you so you can leverage their time and their money. Also, transitioning to the B and the I quadrants requires taking action and seeking opportunities. If you want to transition successfully, you have to have a proactive mindset. Again, proactive, not reactionary. Proactive mindset means you're looking for opportunities. It means you're constantly looking for ways to grow your business. It means you're constantly making strategic investments in your time and with your money to expand your business. For example, in this business, we know the formula is 10 for 1. 10 appointments set, 4 are going to show, 1's going to come on board. We leverage that into 8-5-3-1, which means from that one person, we set 8 training appointments, 5 hold, 3 become clients, 1 joins the business. However, if we don't have a proactive mindset, looking for that with everything we have every single day, it's just not going to happen. Your mindset has to be, I am looking to do 10 for 1, 8-5-3-1 today. Tomorrow, I'm looking to do 10 for 1, 8-5-3-1. Next tomorrow, I'm looking to do 10 for 1, 8-5-3-1. The day after tomorrow, whenever, 4 days from now, I'm looking to do 10 for 1, 8-5-3-1. That is having a proactive mindset. That's you taking action and seeking opportunities. We work in the 3 to 5 point market. You see a 3 to 5 pointer, that's an opportunity. Hey, I would like to talk to you about what I do. Hey, I would like to show you what I do. Hey, are you keeping your work options open? Whatever it is, you have to do it. Some of you literally sit down all day in the business and you think thoughts and you do busy work. And at the end of the day, you've made no money. And then there are other people, and we hear from these people all the time, who come into the business. They listen, they do the work, and within 2-3 months, they're making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. What's the difference between you and them? They are taking action and seeking opportunities with a proactive mindset. What else? Along the journey to your B and I quadrants, challenges will arise. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter what you want to accomplish, you will have challenges. It's important to build resilience and perseverance so that when these things come your way, it's like water off a duck's back. You'll be like, psh, psh, and you keep on moving. You have to embrace failures as learning experiences and adapt to changing circumstances while remaining committed to your long-term goals. Things happen, life happens. Some things are beyond our control, some aren't. But successful people who are transitioning or who are in the B and I quadrants understand that they have to navigate through those things and not come to a complete stop because of those things. Now, as you're navigating through the cash flow quadrant, and I've spoken about this numerous times, it's crucial to have a series of goals. Set clear goals. Set clear goals on what you're going to do daily. In fact, if you can, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. And track your progress. Why? Because your goals are literally your strategy for wealth creation. Your goal, let me say that again. Your goals are your strategy for wealth creation. The good news is that in this business, you have mentorship and you have guidance from successful people who are already in the B and the I quadrants. If you come to me and say, Coach, I want to do this, that, or that, what do I do? I'm going to show you. I'm not going to be like, nope, go figure it out on your own, which makes a world of difference for most people out there in the world because they have no one. If they want someone, they need to go pay hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars for a business coach or a success coach. You don't have that here. You don't need to pay anything. Just say, listen, this is what I want to accomplish. How do I want to accomplish it? And I'll show you how to get it done. And of course, other than that, When you seek mentorship, you seek guidance, plug into training, Saturday training, Sunday night roundups, whatever you have, M3s at 10:30 and 6:30. Plug in and learn from the experiences of the people who are talking. Leverage their knowledge. And of course, surround yourself with a supportive network of like-minded individuals. When you start being successful, you will see that you're surrounded by successful people. But even before you become successful, go find successful people and talk to them. Some of you like talking to low-hanging fruit. You want to go find the most, I don't want to say useless, because that's not the word I'm looking for. But some of you spend your business days interacting with people who are not successful. And you don't touch base with people who are. Doesn't make sense. You have to go find people who are successful and make it a point of duty to touch base with them. They don't need to seek you out. You need to seek them out. You need to be the person calling them and saying, hey, I have a question. Hey, I have a question. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, what do you suggest? All day, every day. So when you transition to the BNI quadrant, what you'll discover is there are incredible rewards. What are these rewards? Being in the B and the I quadrants offers financial freedom. Financial freedom means you get to do what you want to do without having to worry about the cost. Again, you have to pay a price to get there, but so what? You have to pay a price to do anything. What else? When you're in the B and I quadrants, you have the ability to create a legacy. And you have the opportunity to literally live life on your terms. However, like I said earlier, it's a journey that requires dedication, it requires persistence, and it requires continuous personal growth. All these things are essential. So again, understanding the cash flow quadrant is a powerful tool in achieving financial independence. It's a very powerful tool. So you have to, what you want to do, let me pull my screen up again. One sec. What you want to do when you are, I don't know why it's not working. Technology is failing. Let me just draw it out. 1 sec. Can everybody see my screen? No? Okay. Yeah, I'll just draw it out to make life easy for all of us. So when you have the cash flow quadrant, again, you have the employee, which is E. You have the self-employed, which is S. You have the business owner, which is B or business. And you have the investor, which is I. So when you have that, what you have to understand is that your goal is to start here, or you've already been here at some point, you've been an employee. Your goal is to transition here, which most of you are doing. If you're licensed and you're in this business, or you're on track to get licensed, you're already here, which is self-employed, to transition here, which is the business owner part of the quadrant. Your goal is to accelerate your transition. Your goal is to accelerate your transition. Your goal is not to be self-employed, which is I'm the only person in my business forever. You can literally transition from E to B in one day. By the end of today, anybody who is listening to the sound of my voice in this business can literally transition. How do you transition? Bring a few people here. Let's show them what we do. Let's show them what we're looking for. For every 4 people who listen, 1 is going to join the business. And everyone who joins the business brings you closer to being somebody who has a business. Not somebody who is self-employed, somebody who has a business. By the time you get a bunch of those people, and I don't need to go over compensation right now, but by the time you get a bunch of those people, even if you're an entry-level leadership person, every time they help a person, you're making about $200-300. So imagine having 4 people under you. Imagine having 3 people under you, and all they do is help one person each week. That's an extra $1,200 to $1,600 in your pocket without you doing any work. So your goal, folks, is to transition from self-employed to business owner. But you want to do that quickly. It doesn't take time. But again, like I said earlier, you have to be dedicated to doing it. You have to be almost fanatical to getting it done. How many people can I show my business to? How many people can I show my business to is a question that you have to ask yourself all day, every day. And then the next step is you go show it to people. The good news is, unlike the past, where you had to be the master of verbiage and all that, at this point, all you have to do is bring them into a Zoom. Bring them into a Zoom. Bring 100 people into a Zoom. 30 or 40 are going to join. It's literally that simple. For every 40 who join, who show up, at least 10 will join, which means for every 80, 20, for every 120, 30. But because you're playing the law of larger numbers, the numbers are going to scale up. So you might end up bringing 40 people in one day, 25 join. But the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is you want to transition as quickly as possible. You want to transition as quickly as possible. You want to have that freedom of time. You want to have that freedom of money. You want to have all the goodies that come with being a business owner. You deserve it. You deserve to win. You deserve to be in a situation where you don't have to stress about money. And in a capitalist system, the only way you can guarantee yourself that long term is by being in the B quadrant or being in the I quadrant. You cannot guarantee yourself a situation where you don't stress over money if you are an employee. Because we all know at any point in time, your employer can decide that the relationship is over. You cannot not stress over money if you're self-employed. Why? Because when you're self-employed, if you don't work, nothing happens. Just go ask anybody who is self-employed. What happens when they're ill? What happens when they have a family emergency? What happens when life happens? Business shuts down. But as a business owner, doesn't matter. You can be going through whatever you want to go through, your business still keeps on moving. And that is the way it's supposed to be in a capitalist system. So anyway, thank you all for joining me today. I mean, I hope this presentation has provided valuable insights into the cash flow quadrant and inspired you to transition from the left side to the right side, from the E and S side to the B and I side. Why? So that you can have control of your financial future. So all I can say is embrace the possibilities. Life is abundant. You can have anything you want. Embrace the journey. It's a journey to get there, but the thrill is in the journey. I was listening to something yesterday, can't remember where or by whom, and the person said the real thrill is in the journey. I think it was some philosopher from ancient Greece. And then you unlock the true potential within you. So anyway, folks, wishing everybody all the success in the world on your path to financial freedom. God bless America. God bless Team Alpha.